Most guys think that going silent will make a woman miss them, but silence by itself is empty if it doesn't create impact. You're sitting there right now wondering why she hasn't reacted, why she hasn't sent that text, why she doesn't seem bothered. And the truth is it's because she already knows your moves. She's seen this before. You go silent thinking she's going to panic and chase. But in her mind, she's probably thinking, yeah, he'll be back soon, or worse. He's probably just sitting around waiting for me. That's why it's not working. Not the silence. It's the predictability of your silence. You have to understand that what actually makes someone miss you isn't absence alone, it's uncertainty. It's that little spark of what's going on with him. She already knows your pattern. There's no mystery, no curiosity, no emotional pull. And curiosity is what drives people to check up, to reach out, to wonder. Right now she's not curious. She's comfortable. She thinks she's got you figured out. But what happens the moment you shift that story? What happens when she checks your social media expecting the usual and finds nothing? Or sees something unexpected, something exciting? That's when the gears start turning. The silence has to break the pattern of what she expects from you. If you used to text every morning, stop. If you always liked her stories, disappear. But don't just go silent and hide. Start living. Go places she didn't think you'd go. Connect with people she didn't know you knew. Create curiosity. That's when silence stops being empty space and starts becoming tension. And it's that tension that gets in her head. Not because you're playing games, but because you finally stopped being predictable. Going silent without growth is just standing still. Standing still never makes anyone miss you. This is where most guys fail hard. They think pulling back alone is the strategy, but they're still the exact same person they were before. Same habits, same energy, same insecurities. And here's the uncomfortable truth. Why would she miss someone who didn't leave any impact on her life? People don't miss you, they miss how you made them feel. If you didn't give her emotional highs, if you didn't inspire her, challenge her, or spark something real inside her, then silence won't bother her. It's not about being someone else. It's about becoming more of what you should have been from the start. This is where the work happens. The reason most women don't care when a guy disappears is because she already knows the story. He'll be back eventually. It's probably the same insecure, confused, stuck guy. But what happens when you disappear and she doesn't recognize you anymore? When you pop back up? That's when everything changes. That's when she starts to question her own choices. You don't do this for her. You do this for you. Become a man who doesn't need anyone to feel full. Build a life that makes you proud. Hit the gym not for revenge, but for strength. Start that side hustle, not to post about it, but because you've got something to prove to yourself. Take trips. Meet new people. Change your surroundings, change your routines, and let that energy be felt even from a distance. That's when silence stops being passive and becomes powerful. The shift is real when you don't just disappear, you elevate. And when she hears about you again, or accidentally stumbles across your new world, that's when she starts wondering if she underestimated you. The thing most guys don't understand is that people don't usually feel your absence right away. You think that by going silent, she'll instantly start missing you, but that's not how it works. At first, she might actually feel relieved. It's no more constant texts, no more emotional weight, no more pressure. That first phase is always quiet, like nothing's happening, and that's where most guys panic. They break their silence too early, thinking it's not working. But the truth is, you're not planting fireworks, you're planting seeds. Seeds don't explode, they grow, slowly. And that's exactly how emotional impact works. Small moments start triggering those memories. She might hear a song you used to send her. She might drive past that place where you both shared a laugh. Maybe a mutual friend randomly brings up your name. It's in those tiny, unexpected moments that the emotional echo begins. And if you've been leveling up while staying silent, those echoes start to sound different. They're not attached to the version of you she got used to. They're connected to this new, upgraded version of you she can't quite place yet. That's when confusion sets in. Why hasn't he reached out? Why does he look different in that picture. Why does he seem happier now than he did with me? The emotional void forms not from the lack of texts, but from the shift in energy. She doesn't miss your words. She starts missing the feeling you used to give her, especially now, that she can't predict who you are anymore. And that's the real pull. Missing you doesn't come from silence alone. It comes from the emotional contrast between what was expected and what actually happened. And that contrast is what gets into her head when you stay patient. Here's where everything flips detachment. And not that fake kind where you pretend not to care but secretly stalk her stories every night. I'm talking about real, grounded detachment. The kind where you genuinely let go of needing her to validate you. This is the part that most guys mess up because deep down, they're still hoping she'll notice, still hoping she'll reach out. And that energy always leaks through, even in silence. Women can feel that. They can sense when you're quiet but desperate underneath. But when you hit that point where you actually don't need her anymore, everything changes. Detachment isn't cold or distant, it's powerful. It's peace. It's not about pretending to be okay. It's about being okay. When you stop making her the center of your world and start making your own life the priority, she can feel that shift. Suddenly, you're not orbiting around her anymore, and that imbalance in energy pulls at her curiosity. It's like suddenly. She's wondering why you're not chasing, why you're not begging, why you're not acting like every other guy who couldn't handle being ignored. And that's attractive not because you're playing games, but because true independence is magnetic. Most guys never reach this point because they're afraid to truly let go. Yes. But the second you do, you realize something. You don't actually need her to feel complete. And ironically, that's when you start to stand out in her mind. You're not the guy who fell apart when she left. You're the guy who got better, calmer, stronger. And that's the version of you that makes her stop and question everything. Detachment isn't about getting her back. It's about getting yourself back. When that happens, she's not chasing the old you. She's wondering if she ever really knew you at all. The moment she finally reaches out. That's the test. And most guys fail it right here because they've been waiting for this text like a starving man waiting for a meal. The second she sends that "hey" or "how have you been?", they drop everything, flutter with attention and completely kill the power they built. Understand this: your silence wasn't supposed to be a trick to make her text you. It was supposed to be the foundation of your transformation. So when she finally reaches out, you don't respond like a man desperate for her time. You respond like a man who's already full, already whole. I mean, staying composed, calm, slightly mysterious. Not cold, not rude, but definitely not overexcited. When she asks what you've been up to, you don't owe her a full story. Give her just enough to spark curiosity. Something like, been busy with some new projects. It was good. That's it. Let her do the work. Remember, attraction grows in uncertainty. The more she feels like she has to work to get your attention, the more invested she becomes. And if the opportunity comes up to meet or talk more, don't rush it. Move at your own pace. Show her through your actions, not your words, that you're not the same man she thought she knew. And here's the twist by the time she's showing real interest again. You might realize you don't even want the same things anymore. You might see her differently. That's the real win. Not just getting her attention, but having the clarity and strength to decide for yourself if she fits into your life now. That's when you truly win, not when she comes back, but when you realize you don't need her to feel powerful. That's real growth.